Hello, friends. Tanya here with day 8 of the 2025 Spellbinders Crafty Advent Calendar. Let's open up that door and take a peek at what's inside. It looks long and narrow. In the past, those have been border dies. I don't think that's what we have today. Just going to open up that door, and on the inside we have a long sentiment die that says happy day. Now that could be birthday, that could be any kind of special day, or just any day. I think it's really cute. So there's one die that cuts out the detail for all the words, and it's one solid die, and then we have 3 other dies to do the backers for these banners. Now I chose to do the colorful part on the front of this, and then for the back I am using some metallic pearl cardstock from the antique assortment of treasured cardstock. I have seen this where the front part is black and then a different color is used for each banner. And there is a single banner die for this. I did not cut one of those out because I wanted to just do the colorful part on the front. They're very easy to apply. I did find that it was easier to do the happy day part upside down and add glue along the string and on the points of the banners. We're going to use the color cube again. Here I've got a color cube card for color inspiration. And I couldn't find any cardstock in my stash that fit that reddish brown look. So we're going to use vintage photo, gathered twigs, walnut stain, and tea dye to get our different colors of brown here. I'm going to start with our darkest tone, which is the walnut stain, and I'm ink blending on some 100-pound heavyweight white cardstock scrap. When I cut down my cardstock bases, I'm using 100-pound white cardstock, and I have lots of scraps from cutting those down, and I make full use of those. I often use them to cut out small white pieces or for stamping my sentiments on, and in this case this is a big enough piece for me to do the die cutting that I need. And this way I have 4 different colors of brown on one piece of cardstock to choose from. Now the gathered twigs and the vintage photo are just slightly different from each other. And we're going to use the Hedgehog's die from the Merry Mischief collection. This is a die and stamp set, and it's stinking adorable. Now I have cut out the different parts of our hedgehog from those ink blended pieces. I'm going to use a scrap of black cardstock to back the eyes and the nose before we layer this little guy up. Just going to tack that on with some Barely Art glue, and then we're going to adhere that to the fuzzy part or the pokey part of the hedgehog. Just going to use the tip of my pokey tool to get any glue gobs out of there so they don't dry kind of shiny but clear. Next, we're going to add the nose, which the shine on the muzzle with the nose. That would be the muzzle. Yep, we'll adhere the muzzle on there, and the hole for the black backing for the nose lines up with the face. That makes it really easy to adhere that. Next, we're going to add the little arms. I first tried to put the arms not tucked under the cream body part, and they didn't look quite right. So we'll just stick the tweezer under the edge and get that pushed up a little bit so we can fit his arms underneath. There are a cute pair of glasses for our cute little hedgehog, and I thought they were a perfect touch. I could not resist. This kind of reminds me of one of my kids when they were young, who wore glasses from the age of 4, poor kiddo. Now, my mom had terrible vision, and unfortunately, I think my oldest son inherited that. I inherited my dad's vision, which is very good. I only need my glasses now because I'm getting old. And our vision for close-up vision starts to fail in our 30s and 40s. Is what I hear. Mine didn't hit until late 40s. I think it was 50s actually. But yeah. And this little hedgehog has all kinds of winter gear accessories. We've got a scarf, ice skates, which I use some holographic cardstock to do the skate part of his boots, a hat, and earmuffs. And this little guy, he's going to wear them all. And that sounds like a lot, but it's so cute when it's done. You could use any one or none of them. You could just put the boots on our cute little guy without the skates. You could just trim the skate part off. You could use just the earmuffs. Any of the above would look adorable. Now, I just slapped these earmuffs on thinking I had them on correctly. I did not. I ended up peeling them off before the glue was completely dry and replacing them. They are the same on each side. You just have to line them up correctly. And they line up with the die cut backer. So there's the earmuffs and the hat. And I'm going to put the earmuffs on first, and they do indeed cover his little ears. We'll just tack that on quick, and then we'll add his little hat. I add the glue to the top of his head and the top of the earmuffs. Look how cute he is. Oh my gosh. Now, I really did use the color cube to choose this color palette. The blue to green gradient was Blue Raspberry and Splash Hero Hues Reactive Inks blended together on one piece of cardstock, and I used that for the hat and scarves and stuff. I'm also going to use the Distress Oxide Lost Shadow, and we're going to cut that out with the Mirrored Arch labels. I found one of these labels that fits nicely around our cute little hedgehog. And after we die cut that, we're going to use the Starshine background. It's more of a texture plate. It cuts the design into the paper without cutting anything out. We're also going to use my favorite 5x7 Matting Basic Set B largest die, along with the Streamline 3D embossing folder from Simon Hurley's Skeezin's Greetings. I think that's what it's called. Collection, and it creates these great swoop lines through it. We're also going to use the Snow and Ice, or I'm going to use the Snow and Ice, but the new Cosmic Shimmer version is the Frosty Sparkle, I think it's called. And that is in stock again on scrapbook.com. I love the Cosmic Shimmer stuff, as you probably are well aware if you watch my videos much at all. I love that there is a built-in applicator, and that they dry so quick. They're really quick and easy, and I love the color selections. But honestly, I use the pearl and this, excuse me, the sparkly one, the Snow and Ice, which is now the Frosty Sparkle, as a glitter paste, I think. Glitter polish? Glitter polish. We're going to start assembling our card. I add extra layer of scrap cardstock between each of those layers, both the large streamline panel and the mirrored arch panel. Next, we're going to add glue to the back of all of those banners. I tack down the middle portion, and then I carefully arch each end up before I push the rest of the panel or the banner down on the cardstock. Next, we're going to use the Christmas wreath add-on for the Wreath Builders set, because I needed a couple of snowflakes that were in the right size. Or right scale for this card. And I cut these from the pearl metallic cardstock from the antique assortment and from the glitter cardstock from that same assortment. And we're going to stack with the pearl on the back and the glitter on the front. So we're going to have double layered snowflakes. Now, glitter paper tends to be a little finicky and take a little longer to dry when you're trying to adhere it to things. And that is the case today also. So just be careful when you're gluing them that you give them enough time to dry, or at least hold them together enough as you're trying to apply them to your project. We're going to have these snowflakes holding up our banner. I'm going to add my heavyweight block to help those stay down. And we're going to put a little action wobble action behind our cute little hedgehog. He needed to have some movement. And action wobbles are here for the rescue. These are pretty inexpensive, and they are a very easy thing to use. Now I'm using the hooked edge, the angled edge of my tool-in-one to remove that adhesive backer. It works fantastic for that. We'll just get our cute little hedgehog centered, and I get my fingers under there and give a good push to get the action wobble adhered. Now for the inside of the card, we're going to use some sentiments from that coordinating stamp and cut die set from the Hedgehogs, and we're going to take all of those wintry accessories and add those to the inside of the card. I just went ahead and die cut a second set of all of these items, and this time I let the boots be that blue/green color. We're just going to adhere all of these elements. It's like he came in from ice skating and shed all of his things like every kid does. You can follow the trail. Then we'll add our sentiments and tuck those in amongst our winter weather apparel. I think this makes a really fun, cohesive look, and this would actually make a good card front also. But you know me, I like to make the inside of the card look special also. So we're going to add those sentiments with some Versified Clara Nocturne ink. And we'll just push that down. And I know a lot of people use the advent calendar items as a main feature, like that's the highlight of the card. I like using them in whatever way inspires me. And I encourage you to do the same. If you're getting that advent calendar, you are not someone who only crafts with an advent calendar. I know you have a stash, and I encourage you to use these as great adjuncts to all of your crafting stash. That's what it should do. It should add to your crafting life, not just be an exclusive item. We're going to add a few more snowflakes scattered in amongst our winter gear, and we're going to use some Spellbinders Aura opalescent sequins. These are really pretty, kind of a off-white to white iridescent sequin, and they work with a lot of different colors. We're going to add those to the centers of our snowflakes. There are 3 sizes, I think, of sequins in this grouping. Yes, 3 sizes. And I generally like to use all of the sizes. I used the medium size for the centers of the snowflakes, and we're going to use them all 3 sizes as extras. Next, we're going to add some sequins to the front of the card, just in the center of the snowflakes. And I resisted the urge to add them all over the place. So that completes our card for day number 8. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun playing with all of the goodies. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done that. Check the description box below for a link to all of the products today. And leave me a comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Until next time, here are a couple more videos I thought you might enjoy. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.